All right, students, here we go. Fourth and final video. I left off on question 37. Convert the binomial probability to a normal probability using continuity correction. In section 5.5, we learned that continuity correction, the formula was plus and minus 0.5. So what we do is we go like this and we draw a little bell, we put a bar in. I want fewer than 63, so I put a 63 in the bar and I add and subtract 0.5. So that's 62.5, that's 63.5, and I want fewer than 63, fewer than 63. It doesn't say 63 or fewer, it says fewer than 63. So I shade that part right there, and that would be the probability that X is less than, and really we don't use this, we look at the line, and the line is at 62.5, and there's our answer to 37. The probability of getting more than 83. So we draw a bell, we put a bar in the middle, we put an 83, we add and subtract 0.5, 82.5, 83.5, and I want more than 83. It doesn't say 83 or more, it says more than 83. So I want that part right there, and that's the probability that X, since it's going to the right, is greater than, and if you look at the bar goes down to 83.5. And there's your answer. Getting exactly 270. So I draw a bell, I put 270 in the middle, I add and subtract 0.5, so that's 269.5, 270.5, and I want exactly 270, so I want the middle of where 270 is, but if you look at the numbers on the bottom, it is shaded between two numbers. So I put 269.5, 270.5. It's shaded in the middle, so we put X in the middle, and we always use less thans. And there's your answer to 39. Number 40, the probability of getting at most 54. The most you can have is 54. You can have 54, you just can't have any more. So I put 54 in the middle. That's 53.5, that's 54.5, and the most I can have, the most successes I can have are 54. I can't have any more than 54, but I can have 54, and I can have less, which means it's being shaded to the left, so it's less than, and the shading stops at the 54.5. The probability of getting 158 or more. Notice how that's different than 38. 38 was more than 83. This is 158 or more. So now my curve has the 158 in the middle, 157.5, 158.5, 158. And I want 158 or more. So I want 158 or more. It's being shaded to the right, so it's greater than, but your bar starts at 157.5, and there's your answer to that page. One more page and you are done, and you are ready for Friday. 2% of hair dryers, so I'm going to write 2%. If we turn 2% into a decimal, we move that over 2 places, and that's equal to 0.02. Of hair dryers produced in a certain plant are defective. Estimate the probability that of 10,000 randomly selected hair dryers, at least 219 are defective. So the first thing we have to do is verify that we can even do this problem by checking the criteria if NP is greater than or equal to 5 and NQ is greater than or equal to 5. N is the total number of things tested, the total big number, which is 10,000. So I have 10,000 times 0.02, because you found your P to be 0.02, greater than or equal to 5. 10,000 times 0.02 is 200. 200 is greater than or equal to 5, so I can check that off. Now remember, Q is equal to 1 minus P, so that's equal to 1 minus, that's equal to 1 minus 0.02, and 1 minus 0.02 is 0.98. So this is 10,000 times 0.98 greater than or equal to 5. So that's 9,800 greater than or equal to 5. These two numbers are bigger than 5, so I can do the problem. If you can do the problem, we learned in 5.5 that the mean is equal to NP from above, which is equal to 200. We learned last chapter and in 5.5 that the standard deviation is equal to the square root of NPQ. So that's the square root of 10,000 times 0.02 times 0.98. And I'm going to leave it just like that. Now I'm ready to draw and label my picture. The picture goes with what you are finding. You want to find the probability of at least 219. So we're going to put 219 in the middle. That's 218.5 to 19.5. And if I want at least 219, I want 219 or more. The least amount I'll take is 219, but I'll also take or more. So that is equal to the probability of X being greater, now look where your line is, 218.5. So I go to my calculator, I go to second dister normal CDF. My lower bound is 218.5. It's going to the right, so it's going all the way up to 999,999. My mean is 200, and my standard deviation, look, I'm going to type all this in at once. Square root of 10,000. Oh, wait, hold on, I got to check my, nope, I think I did one too many zeros. Let's go back one. Yep, 10,000 times 0.02 times 0.98. Enter, 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 and your answer is 0.0932. The only other thing I want to mention before the test on Friday, remember to be, do I want to word it usual or unusual? Remember that if it is unusual, it has less than a 5% chance of happening. So less than 0.05, what I could do on the test then, I could say, is this event unusual? And you would fill in the blank, no, it is not unusual because it's not less than 0.05. And that pretty much sums up the test for Friday. So there is a test on Friday. Yes, there is a test on Friday. So test chapter 5 is on Friday, April 17th. It is on My Math Lab. It will turn on at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will turn off at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once it turns off, I will not turn it back on. So I please beg of you, if you have any issues with this, you let me know prior to Friday. On My Math Lab, it is under assignments, just like everything else that you do. So if you are having any issues, please, please, please email me prior to Friday. I want to wish you good luck. I want you to study hard, not hardly study. And again, I want you to stay safe, stay healthy. I miss all of you. And I will talk to you again when we do the last chapter after the test on Friday. Good luck. Study hard, not hardly study. Stay safe, stay healthy. I miss all of you. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.